Okay, let's see, all good. What's the number slide? 7,000. Okay. Nice. Everything looks good. Okay, welcome everyone to stream. I am playing around with new audio settings today, and yeah. Welcome back everyone, this is DragonInWhite, and for those of you on YouTube, this must be strange that I'm doing this intro again. The previous recording I recorded about 10 minutes of footage and like spent half an hour having internet issues while trying to fish, and yeah, that's kind of messy. In any case, today I'm playing around with some new audio settings. Basically, I bumped up my volume. I realized that I'm actually not utilizing the YouTube/Twitch volume, standards per se, and I'm like 14 dB below what is zero there. So I figured I bump my my volume up by another 10 dB, and although it seems a little high, I'm going to experiment a little later and probably lower the dB slightly, but you know, all this should work pretty well. In any case, I decided that fishing all the time is going to be boring for you guys, so I have worked out something to make it much less boring. In any case, I just want to clear off a bunch of quests, so probably this episode is going to be just reading off all the fishing quests, and prior to this, well, in between the previous bit and this bit that just cut in, I have went to, you know, get all the necessary fish I need for the quests in advance. So let us just move all this in here, and we should be good to go. As you can see, bunch of fishing things. Yeah. So let's continue this tactics. 10 fish of Moonfu is for tactics. Yep, 10 for you. Hand it over. Yes, Fishbringer has brought lovely fish from Moonsea. Ah, first eye catch of lovely fish is still fresh in the brain case of Tactics. Tactics has dreamings to taste lovely fish. Friendly friend Fishbringer has made true Tactics big dreams. Boy, the English on this. Glory tales of Chuchurun are no silly babble. Fishbringer is Fishbringer of fairy legends. Tactics make sure every gobby knows Fishbringer fairy legend. Okay, that is this done, and we'll turn it in here. Whew. FPS is a little nuts in this area. Congratulations, Fishbringer. Fame with fast trading goblins is liable to bring you fortune. Although you might want to find a less pungent title, so as not to drive away other prospective patrons. But what's in the title? That which we call a Fishbringer by any other name would smell just as sweet. Okay. I honestly don't care any of this equipment because I got them long ago. Okay, let's continue on. Fish out of water. Your goblin friendly friend was looking for you earlier. He was hoping you make his fishiest fantasy come true. He recalled a dish that tickled his fancy some years ago and now needs you to procure the necessary fish for him. This desert catfish, as it is apparently called, is indigenous too, and this is the truly mind-boggling part, the desert of all places. Tactics spoke of a trapper named Ugoromuli, who fished out one out of the Forgotten Springs in the southern reaches of Tenelan. If you want that catfish, you best go and speak with her. Okay. I gotta go to Forgotten Springs. Oh boy. I just fished there. Arrgh. Oh well. Wait a minute. Did I screw up? I did. I have teleported here directly. Okay, fine. Okay, so let's see, where's the person I need to speak to? Oh, there it is. Okay. Friend of Toctics, you say? Sure, Dune fish my fair share of desert catfish. Never eat them though. Know that much. Only ever use them as sandworm bait. Thought of eating desert catfish hasn't occurred to me until the goblin devoured it before my eyes. Still wouldn't touch them myself. Different fish for different folks, they say. No problem fishing them out though. Can even tell you how it's done. Just comes down to the right bait in the right place. Nothing to it really. Easy as dropping a line with some sand leeches at the fishing hole east of Biogod Strike, near the Amaja's encampment. Not the same as sea fishing here in the dunes, mind you. Real test of your reel out there. The trick is to hold on when it flails. It only takes one to make the day's haul. Good hunting. And I got a... So as you can see, I already got it. So back to Limsa we go. F castle. Oh, sorry, mine got distracted for a little. And Toctics is here. Fish bringer bring tasty fresh catfish, fish cat in sandy lands for friendly friend Toctics. Yep, this is for you. Toctics is Thanksgiving to Fishbringer for lip-smacking fish cat. Fish cat no strings make for strengthful satchel strengths. Toctics trade tongue flaps with Langsat for fancy cooking of fish cat in Bismarck. Langsat only fancy cooks after shop block because of strengthful fish cat odor. Fishbringer makes Toctics one happy gobby. Boy, Goblin Speak is nuts. Where's complete? Then next one, fishing in the rain. Just the fisher I was hoping to see. Uncanny timing as always. The celebrity you achieve have resulted in more obscure requests than I know what to do with. Your dune fishing escapades in particular have raised eyebrows. The truly eccentric requests I seen fit to turn away. But who can say no to the Bruguer Consortium? I for one cannot, but perhaps you have something else to say when you speak with Sibyl. She's waiting for you outside the guild. Sibyl. I really do not like the cities. It is not friendly on my FPS for some reason. As you can see, the further away from crowd I go, the better it is. There's not behind these covered doors for a worldly type like you, Garth. We are the dutiful sisters of the Elderwise, all pure and saintly. Like, now bugger off. Hang on. I thought you were just some simple errand lad. Now that I've had a proper look, you're dragon, aren't you? Heh, I knew it. We like to snooch all the rising talent. And from what I hear, your heads and shoulders above the rest. If you can handle yourself half as well as they say, you might as well be of use to us. Ah, forget all that, Sisters of the Elderwise Bollocks. That was just a bit of fun to fob off the curious cows. We are a guild of rooks, mate, and it's mainly our marks that does the praying. Me and my work in the shadows of Limsa are taking a keen edge to the rooks and crackles, what earn themselves a milling. We don't tout for members, but every now and again, we might offer a promising young cove a place in the ranks. If you're interested in joining us, tip us your data and we'll put a hilt in each one, just like the gods intended. What do you say? Fancy learning a new trade? I made a mistake, this is not the right one. I'll be back for that in the future though. I'll probably take one stream one day just to go around collecting all the jobs I can. Yeah, what am I saying? Sibel. I forgot the name somehow. Silly me. Ah, Dragon, I take it. The legend said you were rugged, but failed to mention how delectable you are as well. I have no doubt that our time together will be advantageous to us both. To business then, I want you to bring me rain callers from Gridania's jadeite flood. However, there's a catch to this catch. The rain callers spend most of their time lying dormant on the bed of the water, active only when the rains come. Keep an eye to the skies, you'll need the fish to be aroused, so that they will bite at the bait. Stem borers are the most effective, or so I am told. As to why we want them, well, the fish are prized by wealthy Udans for possessing certain properties, as is the custom of the Brugere Consortium to fulfill unconventional needs and desires. 5 rain callers are all required to satisfy these aristocrats' needs. Okay. Got them. Bring us 5 rain callers and make it our worth, okay. I knew we were the right lad for the job. Who else could deliver such rare and virile specimens? This will suit the Udan's purposes quite well. The elder males have been led to believe that ingesting the rain callers will endow them with, let us say, vigor. No one knows whether it is true, and I don't personally care to find out. I only know that rich men will stop at nothing to recapture their former glory, and so this fish should fetch a fair price at market. Speaking of fetching, I'm quite impressed with your handiwork, Dragon. The consortium will be pleased. Of course, you're pleased more than just the consortium. I look forward to seeing more of you. Oh, good. Done. And then let's go on to the next one. Oh, so you haven't forgotten the old Fisherman's Guild. Good to see that all the prestige and glamour that accompanies fishing stardom hasn't gone to your head. It's a wonder your head hasn't popped. What with all the sardines and catfish fables inflating your legend to prodigious proportions. And to think, I knew you when you were still dragging anchovies out of the mud. Rest assured, wherever greatness you go on to achieve, you will always be the sorry scrap of kelp that floated into the guild one fateful day, as far as I'm concerned. Now go to Sibel and see to her request. Didn't you notice her waiting for you outside? Ah, Dragon! The libidinous lords of Uda were terribly excited by the rain callers you reeled in, sending our profits soaring accordingly. And so I have come to lay yet another challenge before you. You have conquered the wave and dunes, but what of the clouds? Only you are heavenly enough to fish the cloud cutters that swim the low skies of Ishgard within the sea of clouds. I too doubted my ears upon hearing such a fish, but Cavalier's resolve was adamant and he will hear no protest. Besides, I've never been one to say no. Luckily for us, the Brugge Consortium has friends in high places, namely the highlands of Coetus. You want to seek out Firminan at White Brim Front. He will tell you all you need to know. Confident you will prevail in your conquest, I have rendered full payment to Sisipu in advance. You only need to bring her 5 cloud cutters to satisfy me. And that I have. Speak to White Brim Front. Oh boy. Is there another? Nope. I thought I could just teleport straight there. Unfortunately. Now the problem with Ishgard is that it's an area out of AAR, whichever that AAR means again. After something happened. Ah, hey, Fun 5. Yes, I remember you. It's been a while. I noticed you drop a couple of comments on YouTube. Yep. So yeah, unfortunately this is like after the first base game, and at that point of time the maximum level was level 50, so I couldn't play beyond certain bits beyond level 50. So even though my fisher is now level 71, I couldn't go to areas to catch fish for the level 70 fishers, like level 50, level 55 onwards quests. Yep. Let's see, this way, gotta run this way. What's that? Wait, is there a crystal here? No? Oh, I could have just taken the chocobo over. I forgot about that. I think I did unlock this one here before. Oh yeah, quite informative, right? There's quite a few others in that series. Sorry, those of you who can't see the chat. Fun5 said, I liked your Chinese culture, family and religion video. I watched it completely too. So we do these streams once a week on Chinese culture. In fact, the next one is tomorrow around the same time. I think we've done 3 or 4 so far. Now, where is that dun bird? Oh, there. Yeah, I actually stream on Twitch. In fact, I'm still on Twitch now. I'm actually streaming YouTube and Twitch simultaneously. Figured that I might as well, you know, branch off and throw it up wherever I can. Where is this person? There. Greetings, traveler. Visitors from Limsa Lominsa are rare to these climes. I am told you seek to fish the magnificent cloud cutters that grace the sea of clouds. As squires, we practice catching our dinner, but the task is trying even for the most experienced among us. How one unaccustomed to the chore might hope to succeed where so many accomplished fishermen has failed is beyond me. But mine is not to stand in the way of foolhardy endeavors, the fish that floats upon inflating pockets of vapor, allowing them to ride currents of air. They are thus able to escape predators and take refuge in the clouds. Moreover, an aerial fish requires an aerial worm, in this case, hoverworms. Such is the extent of the knowledge I will confer unto you. I fear the remainder is a matter of experience and skill. I should wish you good luck, you will surely need it. And Fun5 has a question, how many hours do you game? Honestly, Not too much nowadays, cause you know this is just something I'm doing as a hobby, and I actually do translations most of the time, and for some studying for well my licensing exams. But yeah, so how many hours do I game? Okay, what I normally I game when I stream. No, I stream when I game. So you know, it's like of course there are certain things which I don't bother streaming as well. So but I would say I'll stream out of my game time, 2/3 is spent streaming. So you probably can figure out how much I play. And yep, I do enjoy MMORPGs and well RPG games in general. Story things that have a very strong story base. Okay, and let's turn this in. So you have to pluck 5 cloud cutters from the skies of Coetus. Are we certain these aren't birds? Wouldn't be surprised. The favorite cloud cutters, it turns out they weren't birds after all. Just like jellyfish, they jump, jerk and jolt to jiggle themselves up. Well, speaking of things that float around aimlessly, each guardian consider the cloud cutter a crest of class and character, and confer them to commemorate and congratulate countrymen who conduct a cut above the clouds, if you will. I wouldn't, but what use would it be to Carvelian? Local law alleged that a legendary elephant in Limsa Lominsa is actually an Ishgardian lord, but I wonder what you'd do if it were Carvelian. I would do what I'm going to do anyway, deliver the fish. Okay, good. And then I think I got one last one to go. Level 50, yep. Ooh, wow. Oh, this is actually better than what I have, I think. Now let's see. A 28 and 3. Okay. 3 and 28. 4. Perception 24. Plus 4 plus 3. 5. Gloves, those are gloves. 41. 42 and oh no wait. Gashkins. What are Gashkins? Pants, right? So plus 3 plus 3. Perception 24. Plus 3 plus 4. Yeah, pens. Boots is what I'll be getting then. This is unbelievable. According to the HO adage, when the going gets tough, the tough go fishing. Unfortunately for us, the adage is of little use when the tough going happens to be a fishing ban. You haven't heard, have you? And Enza Southfrisin has closed all the docks and ports for fishing vessels on authority of Admiral Merrip. Some sorry sailors supposedly spotted a serpent at sea, so Southfrisin stated that for our safety, all services must cease. It's all so frustrating. Well, we may be a group of sedentary fishers, but we are not about to take this sitting down. First, we need to know what we're up against. The Bulgare Consortium maintain ties to the Maelstrom. Maybe Sibel may know something we do not. It is time to go fishing. for information. Okay, and here's the last bit, talk to her. It is certainly a pleasure to see you again, though I wish it were under happier circumstance. The news came as a shock to us as well. Any Lominson who ever boarded a boat has heard the tale. Back when the world was not but a dry, lifeless rock, Lim Len created a giant serpent. From its massive maw, the creature spat forth water until the land was filled, but it would not stop. To prevent the world from being completely submerged, the navigator trapped the serpent in a floating island with the warning that if it were ever to be freed, the seas would rise until the world ended. This is from where the Socratic motto, "Till seas swallow all," comes. You can imagine the Admiral's surprise upon learning a sailor claims to actually have seen the serpent in question. While you and I may recognize it as a fairy tale aimed to scare children, the panic in the streets is real, so Slafferson hasn't any choice but to take drastic measures in order to maintain the peace. Regrettably, those drastic measures have dire consequences for both your guild and my consortium. And the Maelstrom is too occupied with ship inaugurations to conduct a proper inquiry. Meaning, our only hope is to take matters into our own firm and yet supple hands. It may be impossible to prove that the sea serpent does not exist, but perhaps the testimony of the eyewitness could be impunged. I believe you have met the sailor responsible for the sighting, the one known as Chuchurun. Aha! It's his fault! You! Chuchurun sees big fish at sea. Some say sea serpent. Chuchurun just want fish to fish. See, fishermen wawa lago about fishing fish in sea. Boy, I can imagine it being a misinterpretation. It wasn't a sea serpent. He actually was talking about something else. I've seen enough at sea to know when sailors are seeing things, and what Chuchurun saw was no sea serpent for sure. Missing your marks will make mountains out of molehills. Distance deceive and delude the minds of men at sea. My money says your serpent is a Myslaya marlin, a fairly big fish, but by no means a monster. You can see them barreling back and forth along the north of Bloodshore, but if spied from the shore, some people will just shrug their shoulders. You need to make them meet that marlin up close and personal. I'll admit, it's easier expressed than executed, and I never nabbed one. If you don't loosen up your line, they will rip your rod right out of your hands. But first, you need a bite. They won't waste their breath on worms from other waters. Myzalya marlin demands mooching. More familiar to you as fish reeling, perhaps? And not just any mean act of mooching, but the daunting duty of dramatic double mooch. I reckon you're ready for it. Get a goby ball and haul in a harbor herring. Once you hitch your herring, offer it up to an ogre barracuda. Then bait that beast to make the Myzalya marlin bite. Makes me want to sell it myself. But Safai would slay any guild master who slights him. Besides, I'm sure Sissy Pooh would sooner see you succeed at it. Okay. Gah! I can't believe we're reduced to this. Still, while Wawalago never been right for running a guild, he's never been wrong about a fish. If he says our serpent is a Myslaya marlin, that's what it is. Well, there you go. That's the marlin. I can see how some might mistake it for a monster. Hopefully, Slafferson will see it the same. Come, Sibel arranged for us to speak with the Grand Storm Marshal. So many moons has it been. I can scarcely remember the last time I boarded a merchant ship for anything other than an inspection. Quite comfortable indeed upon the luxurious fleet of the Brigade Consortium, no doubt to put crooked mongers and traffickers at ease while making illicit deals at sea? Perish the thought. We would never dream of calling the Grand Storm Marshal to a vessel where such roguery took place. A shame. I'd imagine those sort of vessels were the most fun. I suppose we then best tend to business. Of course, sir. Allow me to introduce to you the Maslaya Marlin. It's a swordfish. Great, Limlayan's ghost. That blurry thing is massive. However, did you catch it? I suppose that doesn't matter. At any rate, it is your contention that this Marlin is our sea serpent? You can sing yourself to sleep with that silly sea serpent story, but it still won't hold water. I knew things were proceeding too smoothly. You always know just the wrong time to act the guildmaster, don't you? Never you mind. I've known Wawalago long enough not to mind his manners. Unlike his fish, I know when I'm being baited. Boy, you've been baiting and bullying us with your ban. Will you let up and lift it? A fine question. To lift the fishing ban or not to lift the fishing ban? What to do? On one hand, I could lift the ban, but on the other... Now who's the one baiting? Why not? Of course, there must be formalities we must observe, so I'm afraid the decoration will have to wait until the morrow. And the ban will get lifted, won't it? Unless you prefer it won't. By no means, it's just... I feared that simply bringing you a large fish might fail to serve as adequate evidence in overturning a former military promulgation. Well, I never really believed all this sea serpent silliness in the first place. It was more about putting Lominson's mind at ease than anything else, and the Marlin you brought me should accomplish just that. A few of our more paranoid conspiracy theories in the Maelstrom allege the serpents to be a part of elaborate Sanhagen plot, so this should make for a nice laugh at their expense as well. Okay, and to think all this started because someone spotted a large fish. And because fish tails are wont to grow in size, the large fish became serpent size and then ceased to be a fish altogether. It makes you wonder about what other overblown fantasies we all have been led to believe. It sounds like you were ready to leave the ban whenever we brought you whether we brought you the Marlin or not. If only it were that simple. A fine Grand Storm Marshal I would be if I went lifting bans willy-nilly without any evidence the problem has been solved. This Marlin is essential in assuaging the irrational fears of the public. Well then, I suppose Dragon's efforts weren't for naught after all. I only wonder how the fish tail grew out of proportion in the first place. I don't delight delving into details, but that deed might have been my doing. Why am I not surprised? When I mentioned to Chuchurun that the Maslaya Marlin was a monster, I meant it metaphorically, but mayhaps he misunderstood. I think it would be in the best interest of all involved if I don't hear any more of this story. The Maelstrom expresses its gratitude for your efforts in bringing this evidence to light. Your guild will be notified when the fishing ban is formally lifted. I bid you good day. Okay, good. And I think got one last one. Terrifying to think a little exaggeration can get out of hand, particularly when you consider how often fishermen exaggerate. But it sounds like Sluffersin knew something was fishy all along. Nevertheless, you save our guild from destruction at the hands of an imaginary sea serpent. Funny how Numulika delivered you to our doorstep just when we needed you the most. I certainly can't consider you a guppy anymore, now that you reeled in a Malin the guildmaster himself never quite reeled in. I say we name you the guildmaster, but then Wawalago would have nothing to dodge, and I'm not ready to let that fish off the hook so easily. But I suppose we could at least let him know he has a rival, and that might be your finest fishing accomplishment of all, luring Wawalago back to work. Haha, okay. Now I wanted the boots here. Now do I have another quest? That concludes the Fisher quest for FF14, A Realm Reborn ARR, not AAR. In order to undertake the next series of quests, you must first meet the following requirements. You need to complete the main scenario quest before the dawn. Once you've done so, the next Fisher quest will be available from Sisipu. Yep, that's the problem I have. So in any case, we're running a little overtime, so a quick shameless plug. Check out all the links down in the description below, especially my novels, check them out. And finally, subscribe, like, ding the bell, and we'll see you guys next time. Ciao! Okay, those of you on stream, we're still continuing, just hang on. Let me label the file before I forget it, because I am very absent-minded. Water. Excellent stuff. Okay, and let me equip the new things first before I forget that as well. And I'm going to swap this over to the monk. The monk. Demolish. Okay. So, gonna continue on. Hang on 1 second. Okay, let me just check on Twitch, make sure Twitch is going strong. And Twitch looks like it's going strong. Okay, we shall continue on then. Next episode. Welcome back everyone, this is DragonInWhite and we are back with another episode of Final Fantasy XIV. Last episode we went through all the fishing class job quests, and I think I'm going to focus more on the main quest for the next 2-3 episodes, and probably further after that what I might do is I might do the same thing with my other job quests, you know, collect all the materials in advance and just blow through them so that, you know, we don't see the boring process of you know, doing all the crafting and everything, and possibly spend a couple of episodes somewhere down the road to collect all the other quests as well. And, you know, we'll have all the episodes mainly focused on doing quests. Okay, now let's see. Speak to Valhemus at the Autumn Vale. Now that's what is this quest? Oh yeah, okay, that's for getting the dungeon, okay. And what's my main quest? Foot in the door. That's the one I want. Tannerland. Quick with Minfilia, okay. And I got just the thing for that. Oh wait, hang on. Before I go there, it might be sometime before I actually go fishing again. So what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to sort out all my baits into the chocobo bag. That should make for a lot of space for things, and yeah, that will do for now. And let's see, before I go further, I think I should do a bit of light inventory management. So let's go to the Hawker's Guild. You know, slight administrative things before I get done and over with all this. Okay, I got stuff that I already will sell. I've been earning quite a lot of money, well not quite a lot, but a fair bit through the market. Ooh, I can wear that. And trust items. So I normally dump this in here. I won't worry about dealing with the market for now. That is something I'll do offline. So and trust, withdraw. I dump all the fish in here, as you can see. Fish. I figured that selling coral, especially red coral, is a pretty good source of income because they tend to go for quite a decent sum. Oh, and I got this big fish called the Maha, which is quite interesting. It's like huge and it's some kind of rare fish apparently. There we go, all the empty space. Okay, now we can go to Horizon. Oh wait, let me just get the venture since I'm doing this as well. Venture. Okay. Wait. Vesper Bay. Okay, last I remember we have dealt with the trends. I think I have a bit more to complete the After Realms Reborn perhaps? I'm not sure how far am I, but I'm guessing I'm more than halfway through. What's this? If there's an impish look, she will slide. Trauma Queen. This is a level 50 thing. I'll deal with this another time. Oh, Tancred is sitting here. Why? Okay, and Minfilia is inside. Enter the Solar. Welcome back, Dragon. How fares the investigation? I see. Given all that they have suffered, it is of little wonder that Alamigan refugees have lost faith in their fellow men. They have had their homeland taken from them, and for the past 2 decades have had to see it remain in the enemy's clutches. To compound matters, now the 3 city-states have the means to take in all those who were displaced. As a result, a great many Alamigans now live on the margins of society, suffering poverty and discrimination. Would that more could be done to ease their hardships? I fear that nothing short of reclaiming their homeland would be a lasting solution. But let us deal with one problem at a time. Returning to the matter of your investigation, it just so happens there is an Alamigan native among the Scions. I should be pleased to introduce him to you. Okay. And speak to her again. Minfilia wants to introduce you to an Alamigan member of the Scions. Your Alamigan comrade is Harry Biff. He joined our cause in the hopes that he might find a way to liberate his homeland. While he spares no effort towards the endeavor, I have no doubts that he will be glad to assist you. If I recall correctly, Harry Burnt is currently between missions. Try looking for him in the storage area. And now I get to know where the storage area is. I don't understand why must the solar be in a separate map area thing. Can't the door just open and, you know, done. If it isn't DragonInWhite, the Scion's rising star, is there aught I can do for you? You wish to win the trust of the people of Little Alamigo? That's a daunting task, my friend, even for our own countrymen. I would like nothing more than to help, but I'm afraid my name no longer carries weight with that lot. I used to be a member of the Alamigan resistance, you see, but I left in favor of joining the Scions. Though my allegiance may have shifted, my purpose remains ever the same, the liberation of Alamigo. Yet, whatever my reasons were, I abandoned my comrades, and they will have nothing to do with me. Now, while I may have no more friends in the resistance, I know someone who does. Her name is Albreda, and she's a resident of Quarrymill. Say my name when you meet her, and she won't lead you astray. Okay, Quarrymill. If I recall correctly, Quarrymill is another place where there's lots of people, as a result, potentially lots of lag. Yep, because this is the place of the Palace of the Dead. So as you can see, FPS kind of dropped. I dropped to 29 in fact. So this game is a little wonky when it comes to places with a lot of players, even though my CPU load is sitting at a comfortable 70%. You want me to introduce you to the resistance? Ha! Why should I do that? Give me just one reason. Harry Brent sent you? Grr, that worthless whoreson. He abandons his comrades, his woman, and now he has the gall to ask me for a favor? Simply incredible. I mean... I realized Harry Bird was only doing what he felt was right. He's a good man, and if he trusts you, then that's all I need to know. You see the bloke there? That's Mefrit, a captain of the resistance. I hope he can give you what you need. Hi, I'm Mefrit, a proud man of the Alamigan resistance. What business do you have with me, adventurer? Captain, it's Galleon, sir. His wound gone and festered, and he's burning up. I don't think he got much time. Darn it! I asked the villagers for aid, got on my knees and begged, but they refused to lift a finger. If Galleon dies, his blood is on their hands. These Quarrymill cravens will turn a blind eye to our plight, but they might listen to Albreda. I fear my anger will prevent me from rightly convincing anyone at the moment. I realize we scarce know each other, but this is a matter of life and death. Please, adventurer, go to her and try. You know, I'm a pretty accomplished cleric, level 40 odd, 50 odd, I think. I can heal her. Him, whoever. One of Manfred's is in bad shape, you say? I'm sorry, but there's not I can do. I want to help. Truly I do. These are my countrymen after all. But that means going against the Elemental's will. I've been at Quarrymill long enough to know how right terrible the beings can be. I couldn't forgive myself if everyone gets banished because of me. If there's anyone who can help you, it'd be Charlene, the hamlet's resident healer. If you take the matter to her, might be as she listened, though I wouldn't get my hopes up. Charlene is there. You wish to aid the Alamigans? You're possessed of a kind heart, adventurer. But I'm afraid I have not the authority to grant you your wish. This authority belongs only to the elementals, eternal guardians of the 12 woods. All outsiders, be they be babes at the breast or men grown, are judged of a night whether they may have a place beneath the boughs. Alas, the Alamigans' petition has been denied. Harsh though it may seem, they do not have leave to receive of the wood's bounty. Ever has it been since time immemorial, and ever shall it be. That's how it's to be then. The hero might as well kill Galen herself. Spit on the elementals and spit on the bloody wheel. I cannot wait until the resistance is free of this place. Okay, needs help to heal wounded. I led my men to Quarry Mill, hoping to find refuge. Instead, we found indifference. The cold-blooded bastards here want us out, and I can't oblige them soon enough. The problem is, some of mine aren't fit to travel. Galen can't even stand. As you well know, the people of this accursed hamlet won't help us, so I have no choice but to turn to you, adventurer. In my homeland, Long Antelope Horn is a traditional remedy with poison purging properties. If you could bring me, say, 4 horns, I'll forever be in your debt. I am a healer. I can heal. Okay, let's see, the best way out would be here. It's been a while since I did some fighting, so... But I'm pretty sure I will have it in the back. Wait, there's something I forgot. Face of fire. Should put this here. This is stance, right? Yeah, okay, so this reduce damage. Don't care for that. Drop back. This is the one I want, but I need to be level 40. This is unfortunate, but yeah. Oh wait, that's wrong. Feast of the Wind is here as well. And barrier should be here. This movement speed. Yeah, I like that. How many do I have? Need 4. Then this should be the last one. Okay, Murphy. Ah, you're back. Tell me you got 4 horns with you. I do. Your godsend, adventurer. Please, Ruggle. There's at least one man in this place who give a darn. Now we just need to find a way to prepare them. You wouldn't happen to know a man named Buscaron, would you? Some comrades of mine told me about him once. They say he never turned away folks in need, no matter where they're from. Seeing as he runs a tavern, he's like to have the tools to make the medicine. I'd be grateful if you could take the horns over to him to have them ground down. When that's done, bring the powder back and give it to Faramund here. Godspeed. Okay. This direction, I believe. I'm actually feeling a little lazy, and I think this is a little faster, so Choco keep. Hire partner, Buscaron. I know, 15 guilds, I'm rolling in the hundreds of thousands, seeing that I might as well do it. And this will give me a chance to get a sip of water. And we have approached. Hey, how do I get off? How do I get off there? Ah, dragon, ever a sight for sore eyes. How fast the adventuring? Rolling in the coin like there's no tomorrow, no doubt. You got something to show me? Well, these look like good old antelope horns. Need them ground down to make a medicine, you say? Here's a better idea. I'll give you some of the stuff I have in my stores. I'm no stranger to the remedy. An Alamigan friend once used it to treat my festering wound. Years and years ago. Safe to say he saved my life. What's that? This is for an Alamigan soldier in Quaremil? Huh, so it comes full circle. Well, I hope it helps the poor sort as needs it. Oh, and don't worry your little head off about payment. I still owe you a deal more than you owe me, I reckon. And then back we go. Quaremil. I mean, I could teleport there, but it's not really that much longer. Hey. Oh, wow, that's, is that the Final Fantasy XIV card? What was it called again? I can't remember. But the color didn't look as nice over there though. It's been a while since I played 15. I still haven't finished it. I'm stuck in the last area. Like, I'm facing Omega weapon. I'm struggling with it a little. It's well to see you return. Have you the medicine of our brother? Bless you, adventurer. I'll see that Galen receives treatment at once. Hopefully, this will allow the captain to rest easier. It has been a terrible burden on him trying to keep every man alive. You've done us a great kindness, friend. Malfrit. Adventurer, Galen has gone missing. He's nowhere to be found. He shouldn't be walking about, not with those wounds. If he doesn't get the proper medicine and rest, his condition is like to deteriorate to where it was before, or worse. We need you to help us find him, and quickly. Start by asking Albreda. Might be as the woman seen something. Ah, finally, it's about time you came asking about Galen. I watched him leave Quaremil some time ago. He left me this sealed letter before he went off, made me swear not to open it until someone came asking. My brothers, I cannot bear to be a burden any longer. That's why I must leave you all. Do not worry for me, just find your way safely to Little Alamigo. Blast it! Would that I'd known what he was thinking, I'd have stopped this folly myself. The love Galen bears for his brother is so strong, he's willing to sacrifice himself for them. Make no mistake, entering the woods in his weakened state is suicide. Okay, back to Manfred. Out in the wilds? Alone? That fool! That great, big, sentimental fool! My men and I will scour the woods for Galen. Please, help us find him before something terrible happens. Track Galen down. How? Okay. Down this way it is. I see him. Boy, he gone to a pretty high level area. Watch out, a goblin. I thought I'm friends with goblins. And he done. Galleon. Captain, but why? You should all be on your way. Who do you take us for? We're Alamigans, and Alamigans never forsake one another. Hardship be done. Remember the oath we swore. Done it, the oath to reclaim our homeland. We'll set foot on Alamigan soil again, together or not at all. Do you understand me? Yes, sir. Good, let us return to our brothers. Oh, and don't even think you get off lightly. As soon as you're healed, I'll give you such a thorough thrashing you wish we didn't find you. Alright, I can't thank you enough for saving Galen. I'll see you back at Quarrymill. Okay, and back to Quarrymill it goes. Galen's expected to make a full recovery. We'll linger here until he is strong enough to take to the road again. As much as I dislike this place, beggars can't be choosers. Hey, more? Yes. Manfred wishes to repay your kindness. Now that things are relatively settled, I seem to recall you wanted something of me. You have proven a true friend to my people. Ask of me anything and it's yours, so long as it's mine to give. The cooperation of the people of Little Alamigo, that's all? Far be it from me to question your desires, of course. Very well, I'll provide you with a letter to show to Gudambald. That old bear was my mentor when I first joined the resistance. He's intimidating to those who don't know him, but he takes care of his own. I have no doubt he'll do all in his power to aid you. Okay, and I can go to Little Alamigo. And looking at the time here, I am going to teleport there. And then we will probably leave it off here for this episode. For those of you on Twitch or YouTube Live, do hang on, we are continuing to record a couple more episodes here. So just hang on. And yep, so for those of you on YouTube, you know, usual shameless plug, check out my novels, the ones that I translate. Everlasting Immortal Firmament is a work in progress, and Immortal and Martial Dual Cultivation is completely released, free to read on hostednovel.com. Check out both the links down in the description below, as with my Patreon link, my book depository affiliate link, and also my merch store link. Finally, you know, subscribe to the channel, like the video, ding the bell, all the whatnots, you know the lot. And with that, I'll see you guys next time. Ciao! Okay, it's a shorter episode, but I think this was a good stopping point. Let me take a quick look at some messages. Okay, well. Okay, so let's do this. Welcome back everyone, this is DragonInWhite and we are continuing with Final Fantasy XIV. And you know, we last left off doing the main quest. We'll be running main quests straight on for a couple of episodes. Let's see how far we can get in the a Realms Reborn, something like that. Yeah, that's the one. Okay, let's see. Why have you returned? You're not welcome here. I thought I made that clear. You spoke with Mefrit? It has been so long since I last heard from him. I had feared him dead. Choth be praised. Whoever you are, Mefrit sees you as a friend, and any friend of Mefrit is a friend of mine. I know of this masked stranger you seek, and will tell you what I can. Okay, I want the plate. Oh yes, mount speed has increased. Excellent. An outsider resembling your masked stranger has reportedly been appearing outside Little Alamigo of late. What's more, it seems that some of our young bloods are meeting him in secret. No doubt you want to question them about their tries, but they are not likely to yield the information readily to an outsider. If you tell them I sent you though, they may well feel obliged to talk. Bunch of talking quests in Little Alamigo. Not my idea of fun, but okay. Maskman, no idea what you're talking about. I ain't done nothing wrong, so leave me be. Okay. 4 of them. Good about send you? Listen, I told them it was a bad idea. All that tripe about believing the Maskman and... Oh, you don't know anything about this? Why didn't you say so to start with? You can't throw the old bear's name around like that and expect me to not think I'm in for it. So there is something going on. Interesting. Let's see how fast I go. It says South Shroud and not here, right? So it's pretty much the same. Oh well, I mean, it is still faster traveling. What? Have I been meeting any masked men lately? Let's see. Nope, can't say I have, but I'll be sure to tell all my friends they're looking for him. There's a bunch been shocking about right suspicious like, but I got nothing to do with them. I know trouble when I see it, and there's trouble, mark me words. Okay. Little Alamigo has always been a bit of a difficult to maneuver place for me. I always found it a bit tricky to get out. So, you have indeed confirmed my suspicions about a masked man. That is most troubling. Whatever the young ones are scheming, it can lead to no good end. There's an anger inside of them. I can see it in their eyes. I ought to know, for it once burned within me as well. 2 decades ago, that same anger drove me and my brothers to rise against the despot who ruled Alamigo. Naught would do but to dispose him and usher in a revolution. Well, we got our revolution alright, but it cost us our freedom. Blinded by our hate, we didn't realize we had been dancing to the Empire's tune. By the time we did, it was too late. Alamigo had fallen. There are times when a man must be patient. Now is such a time. Though the young ones know this not. Unless we intervene, they are like to commit great folly. If you learn aught of their plans, I would thank you to bring word to me. Imfring? Hey, adventurer. You done talking to the old bear? I got a message from you from Wilred. Led something of a leader among the young ones here. He's impressed that you won over Goodobald and wants a word with you. Says he'll be waiting over the craggy area north of here. Hey. Oh, this looks like an exit, yeah? Is that a boss of some sort? Nope. The regular mob, just huge. Can't be bothered. Craggy area north of here. Oh, there. Thanks for coming, friend. 'Tis no ordinary outsider who can gain the trust of the old bear. That's why I wanted to meet you, to discuss something in private. Tell me, why are you snooping about? Did the Empire send you, or someone else? Corral got your tongue? No matter. Whoever it is you work for, your meddling ends here. Get him! Well, it's a trap. You done yet? Not yet. Done. You're stronger than you look. This changed nothing. Threaten us, beat us bloody all you like, but nothing short of death can make us give up our fight. We're going to obtain the power to bring down the Empire, and with it we'll reclaim our homeland. Oh boy, he's going to summon something. He's going to summon one of those, I forgot what are they called in FF14. You know, the, like, Ifrit and stuff. Eidolons, was it? And before going back there, since I'm out here anyway, I want to check out this one and complete it. I believe I got a dungeon which I can complete here. Well, not complete, but gain access to at least. Ilimu. Now I got another duty, and being a little lazy, let's just do this. Okay, and we shall continue on. Attacked by Wilred and his cronies, that they will go to such lengths for the sake of this plan of theirs. Left to their own devices, the young fools are like to harm others, if not themselves. We must uncover their agendas and put an end to this madness. Wilred mentioned obtaining the power to bring down the Empire. Of what power could he be speaking? Gundobot, Berliana. Gods preserve, what happened? I was out foraging when the Corpse Brigade came. They took me to their hideout and they... The whole while they laughed at me. They said that I suffer because I cling on to hope. Is it wrong to dream of hope? Is it wrong to call ourselves Alamegans? Do not heed such poisonous notion, Chow. Our dreams are what sustain us. Be strong, I swear to you. Those villains will answer for their crimes in due time. But tell me, does anyone else know of this? Buret, he saw me outside. He was so angry. I must tend to Berliana. In the meantime, I need you to find out what the young ones make of this. I fear that they may do something rash. Yes, you're gonna summon one of those primals, that's the word. Primals. Ascertain the youth's intentions. No, not out here. Ooh, map of Sunrock. That's probably the dungeon I gotta do. Then there are 5. Hopefully there are 4 in this thing and I don't have to go travel too crazy far. Yep, does not appear to be. So it's just within this area. Ah, I see something. Oh, and you have to speak to people too. Okay. Hunting knife. What those animals did to Berliana is unforgivable, and to think they look down on us. I'll suffer this humiliation no more. I'm with Wilred to the bitter end. I'm not afraid of a few lizards. Oh, angry. Now, I see nothing at the bottom, but I know there's a top to this, so let's check that one out. Yep, Wilred's there. Let's get the route with and leave Wilred for the last. If this plan succeeds, we'll have the power to lay the Empire low to change the world for the better. Might be as Gundobot's content to eke out an existence in this musty old cave, but I'll be done if I'm going to spend the rest of my life here. Now, where in the 7 hells did I put that bloody map? And the last one. Oh, mighty Raga, Lord of Destruction, we implore you, lend us your strength and put an end to the suffering of your people. Ha, he wants to call on the Lord of Destruction. Here to interfere again? Well, you're too late, our plan's already in motion. Once we have the crystals, our enemy will pay for their crimes and no one will dare oppress us again. Yep, I know what it is already. He's going to summon a primal called who's the Lord of Destruction, who happens to be my Patreon deity. Oh boy. Slaying my own deity. Gone? The whole lot of them? Then it is as I feared. They mean to take matters into their own hands. But what exactly is it they mean to do? What's this? A hunting knife and a map of Zanrak? Wait, you said Wilred spoke of crystals, did you not? They couldn't possibly mean to... By the gods, this is rank madness. The young fools are untrained and unblooded all. They have no notion of how dangerous Amauja are. They will be butchered before they get within 100 yams of the crystal. They're headed east. If we hurry, we may yet find them before it's too late. Okay, so fight Amauja. I might be able to find some targets for my Grand Company hunting listing. Yep, I gotta be careful of them too. So I don't want to gather too many aggressive ones on me. Oh boy, wait, no, this is level 45. No. I need to stay away from this one. Never think, okay. Wilred, did no others survive? This is all wrong. Getting the crystals was supposed to be the start. We were going to reclaim our homeland. Pull yourself together, lad. We were going to make an offering of crystal to Raga. To summon him, just like the masked man taught us. We plotted to sneak into Zanrak and make off with the lizard man's cash. But they caught us, and so many dead. Gods forgive me. Heathens. You shall pay the crime for your crimes with your souls. I regret our young one's transgressions, but a soul is too high a price for youthful folly. For all their failings, they are the hope of the Alamigan people. This hope I will guard with my life. Okay, well, these are at least much more doable. Okay, good. I see the Fugilist there. I think I want to take the Fugilist first, just in case. Running AoEs cause, you know, they are worth it and my health ain't doing too bad. As of now, at least. Feels like I need to take care of some of this because, you know, they are doing a little terrible. And he should be done. Oh, one more. A few more. Duty complete. Your skill at arms is impressive, adventurer. Our wayward youth could learn much from a man like you. The battle is won, but it would be unwise to linger here. Let us return to Little Alamigo. Wait, we come all this way. We have to get the crystals. They're right there, ripe for the picking. Have you learned nothing, Real Red? Do you not see those tempered wretches? Such is the fate of those who are touched by a god. Is that what you desire for yourself and your friends? What? No one said anything about. The masked man told us we could defeat the Empire if we summoned Rauga. He swore. Enough, I'll hear the rest of this sorry tale back in Little Alamigo. I dare say Dragon will wish to hear it as well. And the rest of the tier I shall hear. Again, a little lazy, so you know. Ooh, I'm about to level up too. This might push me over the edge. These are what, level 27? Yeah? You know what, I'm actually still quite a bit away from level 50 quests. Maybe I'm not even halfway done. No more lies, Spirit. Tell us everything. I was outside with the others when he appeared. The masked stranger. He told us about summoning Rauga, about using crystals, and then just vanished. We never saw him again. I wanted so desperately to believe that we could raise ourselves from this squalor that I never stopped to question his motive. But I should have known. There's no solution. Nothing we can do to change our lot. Our people are doomed to live and die like beasts. Listen to me, Wilred. Our home may be lost to us, but it takes more than stone and mortar to define who we are. No matter where we may be, Alamigo lives on within us all. It is for you to decide what to make of this legacy. But whatever you choose to do with your life, never forget that you owe it to this adventurer, an outsider. I won't, I promise. Thank you for saving me. And sorry, I tried to kill you. Wow, just walk away like that. Rude. My thanks as well, friend. It gives us hope to know that there are kind souls such as you out there. Little Alamigo may not have much in the way of comfort, but you will always be welcome here. Yep, push me over the edge. Would that we had more information to offer. But what Wilred told you is the extent of our knowledge of the masked stranger. Left unchecked, that man will bring about great pain and suffering. I pray you find and put a swift end to the creature, for the sake of the young one who died by his poisoned words. Back to Minfilia I go. Oh, I thought I would be fighting Rauga or whatever his name was about my Patreon deity. Yeah, see? The destroyer. My guardian. So, not exactly a good thing to be attacking my guardian, right? Enter the wicking sand. And the solar. Welcome back, Dragon. I am reliably informed the investigation took you to Quarrymill and Little Alamigo. So tell me, were you able to learn aught of La Habre? Planted the knowledge of summoning in impressionable young minds, you say? Precisely the kind of deception the Ascians would employ. While many of the ills that ail the land can be attributed to the calamity, some are being brought about by a malign will. We must needs delve deeper into this while things remain quiet on the primal front. All work and no play makes me failure a dull scion. Did you say something? Nothing, my lady. Perhaps we ought to rest a while before speaking further of the investigation. Okay, well, and I think this is a good stopping point because we finished sort of the arc, and the next quest probably is starting another arc of the whole thing. So yeah, do my usual shameless plug. So check out Immortal and Martial Dual Cultivation, as well as Everlasting Immortal Firmament at hostednovel.com. These are novels which I translate from Chinese into English and are free to read. IMDC is fully released and completed, and free to read all the way, free. And if you'd like to support me for what I do, either translations or YouTube, there's my Patreon below. There's also the merch store and other links down in the description below. So aside from that, also do the usual, subscribe to the channel, like the video if you like it, ding the bell, and we'll see you guys next time. Ciao! Okay, probably gonna record one more episode. Okay, right, that's enough of a quick break. Let's start up the next episode. Welcome everyone, this is DragonInWhite and we are continuing on with the main quest in Final Fantasy XIV, so let's jump right into it. Gotta click on this and then close. Why can't I close the inventory? Okay. Minfilia has another lead for you to pursue. While you were tending to business in Tenderland, some new information arrived courtesy of our friends the Sylph. An individual fitting La Habre's description has been sighted in the North Shroud. This sighting comes in the wake of a series of mysterious deaths in the self-same area. My instincts tell me that our man is involved. I will have you continue your investigation where you left off. To your feeling, we'll pick up La Habre's trail once more. Noracia can furnish you with the details. Pray, speak with her and take it from there. As always, be careful out there, Dragon. That loading took a while, somehow. Okay, this way, yeah? Noraxia. Walking One is to investigate Sinister One? Then heed well this one's word. This one is friend with a Walking One in the Ash Crown Consortium. According to Friendly One, a Digging One named Madrod had an encounter with a scary Masked One. This Masked One is most certainly Sinister One. Walking One should go and speak with Digging One Madrod. Digging One is to be found at Forgot Float, afloat in the North Shroud. Okay. Well, I'm just gonna teleport straight there. Money is no concern. Wait, what? Up there, perhaps? No? Inside the house. Inside the house. Oh dang, tricky one. Please, leave me be. I'm not long for this war. I just look death in the face. It's only a matter of time before he comes for me. Just like he came for that poor woman. Madrod is clearly traumatized. Perhaps if you were to soothe him, he might remain calm enough, long enough to hold a conversation. Whoops. To the soothe. You're right, it's not as bad as it seems. I saw something terrible, that's true, but that hardly means I'm going to suffer the same fate. Thanks to you, I can think straight again. I believe I can even recount what I saw without losing it. It was just another ordinary day. I was headed back to the float when I noticed a suspicious character in the distance. A masked man, garbed head to toe in black. He has a hideous fin in tow, a winged creature that was all eyeball and jagged teeth. Taken by curiosity, I crept as near as I dared to see the corpse of a woman. One glimpse was enough to tell me she died a gruesome death. In that instance, I knew right away that the masked man was a minion of Tao, come to claim her soul for his realm. What? You're investigating this same masked man? If that is the case, we'll help you in whatever way we can. Aye, anything to ensure we won't have to suffer Madrod's hysteria ever again. Alright, teamwork, that's what I wanted to. Wait, I haven't been that bad, have I? At any rate, I'm all for helping this adventurer. It's the least I can do to repay him for comforting me. Good lead. Young team. So here's what I know about the death. All the victims were found with their faces torn to shreds. Among the local fauna, only the scale-kin known as Zids could inflict such wounds. That's why some folks are pointing the fingers at them. I somehow doubt that the answer's that simple, but for the sake of thoroughness, we should look into it. Why don't you put down, say, 3 of the creatures and see if you can find any proof connecting them to the death? That way? Do I fly fast in this place? I'm not sure. Feels okay. No, not particularly fast, I think. I can't wait till I have flying mounts. That would be awesome. Right, there's a Zith. one. Here's the second one. Not sure the positioning thing really worked. Oh well. Upwards. Just ignoring, I outrun them anyway. Or at least I think I do. I think I do, yeah. You already seen to the zits? Good work, adventurer. So were you able to find aught to suggest that the creatures are our culprit? Nothing? Truth be told, even if there was proof, I wouldn't know what it looked like. Anyway, I believe we can safely strike this off our list of suspects, which leaves us with the masked man and his winged eyeball. What's this? Got two of them to talk to. Further knowledge. Okay, let's talk to him first. There's something you should know. I've been keeping this to myself, lest I worsen Medrod's paranoia. But I too have seen the winged eyeball. I cannot say whether it was coincidence, but my sighting took place precisely the same time as Medrod's. I was heading home after a day of digging when a shadow fell over me. Looking up, I found myself locked in a gaze with a giant eyeball. I let out a scream at the top of my lungs and ran without once looking back. This happened at the rocky area west of here, in case you had a mind to investigate. Let's talk to her as well. There's something I heard about the death. It appears all the victims have been comely maidens. I better watch myself, eh? Hehehe. Unseemly jabs aside, there's a rumor's been going around. There's some as whisper that after each victim died, her rancor went into the great big rock southwest of here, causing it to flash and moan. This bears investigating, I reckon. I'm going to give you a fire sand stick to blow off a piece of that crack. The stick doesn't come with a fuse or anything, so you'll have to throw the thing. Once you torn the rock a new one, bring back some of the fragments and I'll give them a gander. Using items for area. Okay, first select the item. Okay. Okay, they're both in that place. Sort of a bunch of, fetch quests and things like that again. It's story rich, but, too many pointless quests. I wouldn't have mind something like kill 50 of this mob, kill 50 of that mob, and then come back, deal with it. It is still a fun game, no doubt. It's just that the quests sometimes can be a little story dull. No, not story dull, but a little dry in terms of what they are being done. Column fragment's not what I'm going for. Town is what I want. Our destination is there. I have a feeling I should have healed up before I investigated. Oh, well, that's enough life, I suppose. Okay, one done. Next one to go. Humming crystal. A little on the slower end. Okay, and getting a little tired and lazy, so no more teleporting. I mean, no point wasting your time with traveling, right? Okay, let's talk to this one first. A monstrous DragonInWhite appeared and you slew it. That creature had long been a scourge upon the folk of fell god. Intentional or no, you have done us a great service. You have my gratitude. But this does make me wonder, was it truly a winged eyeball I saw, or was it a trick of the light combined with blind panic? Most folks are too scared to go within 100 yards of the Rock of Rancor. Ah, it has a name, but what's a few vengeful spirit to a dauntless adventurer like you, eh? I got a feeling she just made use of me to investigate something. Huh? Why, these are just your garden variety crystals. It's a bit hard to tell beneath all the dirt and grime, but they are definitely lightning expected. I almost hate to say it, but that explains all the flashing and moaning. Nothing to do with the masked stranger. It looks like I've gone and wasted both your time and a perfectly good fire sand stick. Oh well. Yeah, like you didn't have the intention all the while. Madrod is troubled by the dearth of new developments in the murder investigation. There's been no promising lead in the murders. I can scarce get a wink of sleep, knowing that the killer is still at large. Judging from your furrowed eyebrows, I take it this sorry business troubles you as much as it does me. I've been pondering my encounter. I was uncertain for a time, but there can be no doubt. It was a winged eyeball I had witnessed. It seems implausible that I could have mistaken so distinct a creature for DragonInWhite. But you and I were miles apart. How could we have both seen it at precisely the same time? What more, our adventurer friend here had a run-in with the DragonInWhite at the very spot you claim to see that finished eyeball. Isn't that right? There must be an explanation. I know I saw an eyeball with wings. I would wager an apple tart on it. Oh, he's serious. But listen, perhaps it's not as mysterious as we are making it out to be. There's no reason why there couldn't be. Of course, there must be more than one of those buggers. Ugh, it's so obvious. But then that means, since there have been repeated sightings of these fiends, then there must be even more victims yet undiscovered. Why are you looking at me? I do believe we're out of our depth. We ought to leave the rest to the expert. Yes, we're just civilians after all. Good luck, adventurer. It was a pleasure knowing you. Well, I burn to know the truth. Some things are best left unknown. Lest you've forgotten, it was at the rocky area to the west that I had my encounter. Should you discover aught of note, you will want to alert the authorities. There's a guardhouse nearby. The serpents there should be pleased for any information that pertain to the security of the region. Okay. Search for Maiden's corpse. Dang it, the area again. I wish I could like quick save a look. You know how, okay, like, it's a very old game, but Diablo 2, whenever you use a town scroll to create a portal back to the town, the portal remains open until you go back through it. I kind of wish there's this function here, you know, go back to town and come back again. Because a lot of these places that we're going are all the same location. Or well, similar areas at least. Why, zits are here. Who's to say that there isn't a zit that mangled them? Floating eye. Can I get up from here? Apparently not. Gotta go the long way round. Well, okay, to be fair, not really that long a long way round. Greetings, adventure. Is there aught I might assist you with? Not again. No matter how many bodies I see, I cannot seem to get used to the horrid sight. Poor woman. Identical death has been reported in the central shroud. While the masked stranger you seek does not seem to feature in any sightings of the wing. Blah blah blah. I must have been really tired. Okay, identical death have been reported in the central shroud. While the masked stranger you seek does not seem to feature in any sightings of the winged eyeball are common enough. The creatures appear to be moving the bodies, but to what end? None can say. The victims have all been young women, or are found with their faces mutilated beyond recognition. It's been difficult to identify them, so as to identify their necks off. This button, engraved with a lily motif. The very same object was found upon another victim. A family sigil, or that of an organization perhaps. Either way, I dare to hope that this find will prove pivotal in solving the murders. Right, let's push on. I would have you hold on to the lily button. You will need it to continue your investigation. While it isn't standard procedure to entrust key evidence to individuals, you have proven yourself reliable and resourceful in this matter. I see no reason why you shouldn't carry on your work. If I may make a suggestion, you may wish to take the button to Gridania and have it examined by Mione. Mayhap someone in her vast network of contacts can shed light upon its sigil. Wait, aren't you the person who's supposed to be investigating? Well, Mione it is. This direction? Yep. Ah, she's inside the guild. Good evening to you, Dragon. By your grim expression, I suspect you aren't here for scones and herb tea. Well, isn't this a lovely little button? The engraving is quite exquisite. Artisan level quality, I would say. Where do you say you found this? On a dead body? Lovely. Anyway, I'm afraid I do not recognize the lily sigil. You will have to find the answer the old-fashioned way, by asking around. You could do worse than beginning with Bernadette over by the Aetheryte Plaza. She has a sharp pair of eyes, that one. Alright, to Bernadette we go. Boy, my FPS dropped to 20 in this area. Need help tracking down the owner of a button? That's certainly not a request I receive on a regular basis. Well, go on then, show me what you have. Seems to be some manner of decorative button, reminiscent of those worn by the families of old. Although I cannot claim to know its sigil. However, I can say with certainty that the white lily is a recurring theme in Gridanian culture. Alas, I do not know who would make a personal sigil of it. If there is a soul in Gridania who does, it would be Sangolet over at the Lancers Guild. That woman makes a point of knowing all the citizens on a forename basis. Quite clearly, I'm actually starting to get a little tired. We do have a bit more time, so you know, let's clear off what we can. Bernadette believes I can help you? Well, that's a rather bold assumption to make. I will try to assist, never you fear, but whether aught comes of it is another matter. Now then, what do you require of me? Fascinating. Work of this quality is rarely seen in the hands of ordinary Gridanians. The owner of this button is most certainly well-to-do. You may wish to take your search to the Gantry's ward, northwest of here. Wait, a memory comes to me. Of late, there's been a man who is perpetually seated at the bench by the ward's entrance. His name is Ursandal. And I distinctly recall seeing a markedly similar button upon the breast of his jacket. I dare say he can tell you a thing or two about it. Where is this one? Well, not really a place which I can... Why did I remove sprint from that? I do not believe we are acquainted. Pray, leave me to my thoughts. The sigil of the Decancor's family. How is it you came to be in possession of this button? From the body of a murdered woman? Her face, was it marred in any way? I had feared as much. I can no longer feign ignorance. I shall reveal to you the truth of the death, but on one condition. You promise to put an end to my lady's madness and free her from her torment. Interesting. I was once a manservant in the employ of one of the oldest and proudest family in Gridania, the Cantors. During that time, I had the honor of waiting upon Lady Amandine, mistress of the household, fair as the summer she was and possessed of a heart befitting of her radiance. Alas, the calamity wrought a great change in her. Although my lady escaped with her life, death may well be a kinder fate. Never will I forget the days her bandages were removed, and she beheld her disfigured face for the first time. At that moment, the kindly woman I knew ceased to be. Unable to bear the thoughts of being seen, my lady sequestered herself within her chambers and refused all company. This continued for many uneasy moons until one day, without warning, she began receiving queer guesses. None among us knew whence they came, these masked men, but my lady believed that they would help her regain that which she had lost, so began the rites of rejuvenation. This ritual seems innocent enough in the beginning, but grew ever more grotesque as time went by. Eventually, there came a day when my lady bound one of her handmaidens to her bed and proceeded to mutilate the poor girl's face. Suffice it to say, she did not survive the ordeal. It fell to me to dispose of her body. I performed the dreadful task as bait obedient servant that I was, but when the time came to return to the house, my legs refused to move. I knew then that I could not go back to that place, not after the nightmare I had witnessed. So it was that I left Huck Manor, my home for nigh on half a century. Long did I weep for the girl who was slain, and longer still for the woman that Lady Amandine had been. Yet one cannot weep forever, and I endeavoured to put the matter behind me. Indeed, I resolved never to speak of my experience, until you appeared before me. My lady's madness must be ended, lest more innocent's life be lost. Lay her tormented soul to rest, as you swore to me you would. She awaits you at Huck Manor, on the western edge of the central shroud. Go now. Go and do what must be done. Well, that sounds like an interesting instance that I will probably have to go through, and I think this is where we'll leave it for today. Both YouTube, Twitch and everything, you know, it's kind of getting late, I'm tired, and before I go off, usual shameless plugs. Check out the novels I translate at hostednovel.com. EIF and IMDC, these are the specific ones. Links are down in the description below in the description, and also if you want to check out the other links, I have like my Patreon if you'd like to support me for what I do, whether translations or the YouTube, they are down there. Book depository affiliate link, you know, if you buy books off there, I get a small commission of them, of course at no extra cost to you. And finally, merch store, you know, you get DragonInWhite merch, like you know, DragonInWhite t-shirts and one big logo behind as well. You get the, you know, the dragon wearing the lab coat. And finally, subscribe to our channel if you have not. Like the video if you liked it, ding the bell, and if you are live on Twitch, follow me. And with that, I'll bid all of you goodbye. Ciao.